Turn it around. And so we're live there. So hello, folks in Meerkat. So can you hear us? Testing 1, 2, 3. Thank you for joining us. Beyonce. Hey, what's going on, Rhea? Thank you for coming. Our great experiment today. I didn't even do, we're running a little behind. We got to talking. I was showing the Innovation Center. So today we're going to talk, we're going to have a talk. I'm Dr. Wilson Triviño. We're having, here's the famous, today we're going to have Power Thoughts. Journalist Ann, what's going on, baby? Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. We're running a little behind, so we're still kind of setting up. But we didn't want to be behind. We're on CP time here in the South. Color people. I'm colored too, so I can say that. Okay. So we're here. We're at Power Thoughts, and today we're doing something that I haven't tried before. Hey, thank you, Journalist Ann, for sharing your followers. Make sure you follow my friend Journalist Ann. She always does the best scopes in the morning. I don't know how she's so energetic, but one of the things I love about her is that she believes in positive affirmations. So every morning I get up and when I see her I go, I'm hot. So say you're hot. Say you're hot. And it does two things. It gives you a positive image about yourself, and it also makes you realize that you need to believe in yourself and gives you confidence. That's so right. I'm hot. So say, I'm hot. Desiree.
I'm hot.
And not only because it's hot as hell in here, but we have these lights and we have this little space. We're joined here with her lovely daughter, Simone. My attorney and my brother is right across the way there. So today we're on broadcasting. We're going to have a fun time because we're doing several things. We're having for the first time. She's gorgeous. There we go. You're getting her beautiful.
Thank you
She
so
is a very
much.
beautiful
Kisses
person.
to you.
Kisses. Today we're doing two things that are exciting. One is we have an actual living live guest in the Innovation Studios. And the second thing is that we're doing 3 streams. We're doing one on Meerkat.
Hello, Meerkat.
We're doing one in the middle. Hey, Journalist Ann, why don't you get into Meerkat and we'll throw you into what it was, pass the scope. How do you do that? You pass the thing. We also have Rhea in the house. Rhea in the house. Hey. Rhea is she's a preacher. She's my spiritual leader. She also is a PR person. Oh, she can't at work. Okay, I got you. The man watching. She's a spiritual person. She gives great sermons. She is a preacher. She also is a PR person. Cameo, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Rhea is a preacher. She also is a PR representative. Right now she's very involved in this weekend with the Bronze Lens. They're working with Steve Harvey's Neighborhood Awards.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to do, the Bronze Lens is doing like a little movie festival in it. So follow Rhea and make sure you check that out. It's at where is it at, Rhea? It's at the World Congress Center. Can you post a email or a website where they can find more information? Steve Harvey, the local personality, the one that did the, hey, the Journalist Ann. So we're also welcome to Desiree's family.
Periscope family.
Hello.
We are in the Innovation Center.
Innovation Center. We're breathing.
Oh, yes.
You're with the pimp. You're with the king.
You don't see that?
The king, the pimp. The pimp. I'm a pimp. And you know what a pimp stands for? Public intellectual that makes a point.
Oh.
And that's a PIMP.
Do you like that?
Okay, so everybody is saying welcome, Saeed. I know it's probably
Hey,
evening.
Saeed. What's that? T4 Vistas in the house?
Yeah. All of them are inside.
This is going to be excellent. Well, thank you, Journalist Ann.
Yes. We're having so much fun.
Everybody's saying yes. Oh, you're so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Kisses to you. This is my friend.
My friend. How is the sound? Can you hear us okay?
Can you guys hear us okay?
Can you hear us okay?
We're trying this
hot chocolate
out.
in the house? Yeah, we're doing this with scope. Well, hot chocolate just came in.
Not
your hot chocolate. That's a different hot chocolate.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It came out of screen.
Well, Journalist Ann, she takes the kink out of the back closet and brings it to the front room and kind of adds that sexiness. And she does some great erotic, exotic scopes, kind of teaches you how to spice up your sex life, how to not be afraid about your sexuality, and really does a great job in doing that. So follow Journalist Ann. She is great. Hi from Georgia,
cool.
T4 Vista. Thank you. Okay. Now, how about our folks here at Meerkat? You guys are quiet. We are glad to be here. We're glad that you are part of the family today. Today we're going to do several things. We're going to be able to talk not only with a best-selling author, but also get some insights and tips and someone who wants to share their story. And really, we want to share stories or memories. We share memories, we share ideas, because what's the most intimate way that you can be with someone is to get inside their head. And that's what you do is when you read books and you read ideas. You realize that ideas are what really make the world go round. We can find solutions to our problems. We can really build the beloved community, and we really can make a difference. And Deesire here has a great story. Now, tell us about your story. How did you come to writing your book? What is your story? How did you get here? I know you were born in California. You grew up in Georgia. Share a little bit for those of you that don't know.
My story stems from this. So oftentimes you can't be selfish while you're going through. Sometimes you go through things and it's not even for you. You tend to go through things to prevent somebody else from going in, encourage those who are in it, and show people that God can still make a way out of no way. And my story is just that. You know, in high school I had a 3.8 GPA, 2 basketball scholarships, on my way to college in the pursuit of the American dream. And 2 weeks after I graduated, I found myself on the other side of the law, unfortunately. I was charged with 11 counts of armed robbery and 5 counts of aggravated assault. And at 17 years old, I was facing 135 years. And I know you guys are saying, like, what? It is a good thing that we don't look like what we've been through. Isn't that crazy? So I really believe that I share my story. Thank you, my friend. You know, share my story to prevent other teenagers from experiencing some of the hardships I've endured. To show people who feel like they're in a dark place. Sometimes you might feel like you can't see anything else around you. Sometimes you feel like there's barriers and different things like that. I faced that for 6 long years. And I know what it feels like to be alone. I know what it feels like to be told no. I just know what it feels like. And that's why I wrote the book. That's why I tell my story, because I don't want anyone else to feel like I felt what I was going through.
You know, and then sometimes in today's world, we do live in the golden age of civilization, but sometimes we're in our own prisons of our minds, prisons of our situations. We can be in a bad relationship. We can be bad in a bad work environment. We can be in a bad place in our life, and we have the power. And that's really what I try to share in my ideas is I don't motivate you. I'm not a motivational speaker, but I can give you ideas where you can find the pathway to become a success and start living the life you want to lead. And that really is the key, is finding your path. What is your story? How is it that you can allow that music to come out? You want to be like the bird that sings. It doesn't care what people think. They sing freely. They sing like there's no tomorrow. They're happy. They're sharing. And that's what we want to really share people's story, is that no matter what problem you're in, it's been felt before, all the sins, all the problems, all the things that human civilization have been felt before. But the second thing is that other people are going through the same issues. And sometimes you can learn from other people's challenges. You turn those scars into stars. You know, tough times really never last, but tough people will do. And right now is the only moment that matters. Your digital eyes are looking at my digital eyes, and we're making that connection. And right now, you're the youngest you will ever be. So why not decide at this moment to let go of the past, to stop saying and start complaining, to stop really saying because of this, because of that. Stop whining. I think we live in a society that's so easy to whine, but it's hard to get off your rear, get off your asses and do something to really make a difference. To really, excuse me for, I saw that she gave me the look. You used that word. But really you need to get out, and you got to get off your booty and do something. And it takes that one step. And if one person can say, hey, I can do it, then our message is really going to make a difference. Now tell us about this book. What is it? Where can we find it? How did you write it? How long did it take you to write it? What was your thought process? What inspired you to write a book?
Well, I said if these kids knew what I was going through as a convicted felon, if I knew that part of committing a crime and taking those risks, I wouldn't have done it. So that's why I wrote the book, for teenagers to gain insight and learn from my mistakes, but also for parents too. For parents to see it from the teenager's perspective, to start opening up lines of communication. You can find it on Amazon.com. You can type in the Deesire Lee story. I promise me, I made sure that was an easy read, make sure that people will just get the content of it. I mean, have you guys ever read a book and you're like, oh my gosh, get to the point, you know, and sometimes I just in love with it, with turning the pages, et cetera, but I want to really get to the point to share how I made it through, because oftentimes people tell you what to do, but nobody tells you how to do it. And that was my struggle when I was going through that dark place. Everybody told me, what to do, get a job, but nobody told me how to do it. So I had to get off my butt, like you said. I couldn't find a job, so my mom said, create one.
Well, two questions popped up. One is, how old were you when you got out of prison, and what was the moment that changed? What was the defining moment where you decided to do something?
Oh, wow. I was 20, turning 21 when I got out of prison, and the defining moment was the dark place. I had to be on my back. On this day, I wanted to commit suicide. For 6 long years, I tried to find a job. I tried to go back to school. I tried to get an apartment. I tried to get licensing, and all of those require a background check. And because of my criminal record, I couldn't do that. So the turning point came when I ran into the lady with the mustard seed, and I was ready to give up. I mean, have you guys ever been tired of being tired? Like, just tired of keep going through, tired of hitting those walls, tired of hitting those limitations. And that's how I felt until she said, believe just one more time, and she gave me a mustard seed. And I was like, well, this is all the faith I have left. And she said, this is all you need. And I'm like, look, you're not understanding me. This is all I have left. And sometimes believing is a difficult thing to do. I feel, sometimes it's hard to see what beyond the physical of what you see is so dark. And so it wasn't until I started using my words, like you said, I'm hot. And when you add the words after I'm hot, then you feel I'm hot. Can't you tell? The smile got brighter and everything else. So that was a turning point when I realized that we are creators. When I started speaking those things into existence of the resources I had right in front of me, the whole time I was depressed. The whole time I thought it was so dark. And that's when I began like, oh my gosh, we are powerful. We are creating. Like a shoestring. It was a thought. And now it's tangible, and it was created. I mean, every little thing that we use today, it's our created my reality.
Now it's a good segue to her second book. Not only did you write one bestseller, but she also has a second bestseller. Now tell us about your second book.
Yes, Past the Mustard Seed. One thing that she did for me, she believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself. And at that moment, she would say things, you're beautiful, you're strong, and I couldn't see what she was seeing. Sometimes you look at people, you see their potential, but it takes someone to pull that out of you. And I really believe my story might not be relatable to everybody, but how can we impact, my goal is not to reach one person. How can we impact where they still get their resources, where they still know how powerful they are, where they can still overcome life's most difficult barriers, is by passing that mustard seed. So kind of pay it forward type of thing. Someone helped me, now I help you. You don't owe me anything. Just pay it forward and pour into that person the same way I poured into you selflessly. And then we'll start seeing the change. So pass your mustard seed.
Now, there's so many people out there that may have a story that they want to bring out, something that has changed their life, and they want to have a platform. And that's one of the beauties about this new platform of live streaming. It's not necessarily new. It really is word-of-mouth advertising. It's sharing stories. We're social beings. We're social people, and that's how we pass on traditions, the oral tradition. I mean, the most important book of this world, one of the most valuable, the Bible. What is it? It was a bunch of straggly guys running around telling stories. Someone sat down and wrote them. So they're all part of the oral tradition. And so this medium, this periscoping, this live stream, this Meerkat, it allows us to have a platform where we can easily engage and we can share stories. Now, so many people out there are wanting to share the stories. How do they? What are the steps to becoming a published author? How do you take that idea in your head and write it down and make it into this? Into a real book. Look at it. It's a real book. And I've read it. It's a wonderful book. It's a very moving book. I first found out about Deesire. I saw a little blurb online. We had Patch here, which used to be part of AOL, and they always show little nuggets around the community, and she was going to speak to a group, and it really inspired me, and I said, I have to contact this lady. I contacted her. She immediately sent me a book. I reviewed her book, and that's how I got to know her, and we've been able to stay in touch and really create a bond. And the first time I met her, she has not only an outer beauty, but an inner beauty. She has a spirit which really encompasses, and it's that giving spirit. There's a friend of ours, Dr. Barbara King, who's from the Hillside Truth and Faith Center, and she is this very statuesque woman who believes in New Thought religion, really new positive ideas. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Encino Nicolo. She merges faith with New Thought positive thinking and really empowers people. And when I met Deesire for the first time, she has that spiritual spirit, and I really think she should be a preacher. I think she can be a spiritual leader that can enlighten people and can move people forward. And you don't have to be spiritual in the sense of biblical terms, but in spirit.
Absolutely.
Because inspire is really to bring out, to be in spirit. So how do people take, your ideas and make an actual book? What steps did you take?
Oh, I'm so really
Look at that.
excited
that's
that
a real
Dr.
book.
Wilson asked
Look
me
at
that question
That's a
because
real
when I
book.
started, I didn't know how to do it, and I definitely need help. But the truth is, people ask me all the time, does it cost so much money to write your own book? Guess what? No, it doesn't. How much did it cost me to write this book? It just took my time. It cost me my time. So what I did was, it's just a little bit every single day. And I offer author hack sessions where I help people along the way because someone helped me publish my book, self-publish my book. And the secret behind a book is just basically letting people know that you have the book, letting people know that you're sharing your story.
Oh, your name is Wilson. Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Cool. That's awesome. Wilson.
Yes. Hey, Wilson. Absolutely. So I took my time. I had my thoughts together, and I just wrote. There's no rules to how many chapters the book has to have, how many pages it needs to be, and just took the meat of what I wanted to say to get my words out there to help someone along their journey. And that's what we're here for.
And not only is she an author, but her daughter, who I met today, is
Simone.
also... Simone, come on, Simone.
Come on, Simone.
She is an up-and-coming person. Today we're playing with typewriters and fountain pens.
Oh, man, she was so
and she was
excited.
looking at this thing called records. So say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So tell us about your book.
Well, it's about affirmations, helping everybody say it every day. Basically, it's just about speaking things into existence.
And she believes in you. All right, awesome.
Oh, they said hi, little angel.
Hi.
And it says, in this book, I share my special superpowers with you. And that's something I talk about. Well, thank you, Simone.
Hey, Simone.
Thank you. Bravo, bravo. I talk about, sometimes we forget the power of superheroes and super leaders. Right now, all the movies are out. Well, right now, we have Ant-Man, we have the Fantastic Four, they're coming out. All of us have superhero powers, and we need to focus. What is our superhero power? What are we good at? We all have something we're good at. Out of the 7 billion people on the planet, we have something, we have a voice, we have something to share. We're here for a reason. And we got to find out what that reason is, and then we share with the world. And then what are our weaknesses? Because a superhero always is out sharing their power, has a 360 view, sharing and looking around what's going on, helping people in distress. And they also have friends, and usually they have friends that where their weaknesses, their kryptonite, they bring up their strength. So what is your kryptonite? What is your weakness? And how is it you can come together and you're able to build a better community and do that? So that is very much the key of that. So being an author, what's something that's surprised you out with a published book? You're now traveling the country, speaking to different groups. You're now being recognized. You are now world famous here on Periscope.
On Periscope.
What are some surprises of being an author?
Well, the first surprise was that people really read it. People really took my story seriously, and they loved my story. I was very surprised with that. I really was. And then the responses that I got. I was surprised with the responses that I got and how easy it was. I thought it was very difficult. I thought I had to have so many different people in my team. I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the money. So I thought. But when I just did a little bit at a time and just took my time, then it became tangible. And it was just like, oh my gosh, it was a thought, it was an idea, and now it was in my hand. And boy, was I excited to open up that box and see my book. And now I just look forward to helping others, see their books too as well, and just see the excitement on their face.
So what's a lesson? A quick she does these author hacks where she comes
Yes.
in and she shares quick points in order to help people become authors. What's something that you could give, 3 little points you can give that someone that wants to write a book that today at this moment they can move in that direction?
The first one, editing. I made a mistake, had one person edit my book when I should have had 3. And I didn't realize that people in California, we kind of use a different slang. In Georgia, from New York to Florida. And so I want my book to be universal. And I got a book review saying, hey, look, we didn't understand the lingo. So to get more than one person to read your book and edit it and to format it that way. The second tip I will give is book reviews. Be personable with your readers. Ask them, What is it that you like about the book? What is it that you don't like about the book? What did you want me to elaborate more about it? Because when you're a first author, you want to write a second book after you write your first one. And it kind of helps me with my content and speaking, because my goal is to be impactful, inspiring, and insightful. And the third one is the cover of the book. And also to make sure you have your social media on your book. I tell everybody all the time,
So
have your
make
social
sure
media.
you follow us on Twitter. Tell them your Twitter.
Yes.
You're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you're on Periscope, you're on all the platforms. Where are you at? How can they find out about you?
You can find me on all platforms at D. Lee Inspires. D-L-E-E Inspires. It's all universal. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And I love to connect with my readers. Yes, and Facebook, definitely. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope. So make sure you guys, my friends, my Deesire Scope people over here, click on the Perry Buddy, follow ABC Vision. You understand that? Follow my friend.
And ABC stands for A, your attitude, the way you feel yourself, the way you see the world, the way you feel on the inside, your attitude. B, your beliefs, your core values. Why is it you do the things you do? And Stephen Covey writes a lot about that, the 7 habits of highly effective people. We all do things for a reason. We have a belief system, and then C, the commitment. You have to stay the course. You have to have goals, and you have to have a vision where you want to go. And that gives you a framework. I'm not a motivator, but I give you ideas. As an intellectual, what us PhDs do is we share ideas, and that's a Sharpie. We share ideas, and we're able to make these things in a way that people can apply it in their lives. Now, as we're looking at wrapping this up, what is your next book?
Oh, wow.
What project are you working on? What exciting stuff's coming on the horizon?
Absolutely.
How can people help you?
How to grow in the dark. I think is the how to grow in the dark. After you found your success, after you've written your book, after you travel nationwide. I mean, even as an entrepreneur, you're making sales, you have your website, how to grow in the dark. Because I found myself that oftentimes, I have to encourage myself to keep going. Who am I doing it for and why? So that is my next project. My next book is How to Grow in the Dark. So I'm really excited about that. I have a book tour coming up. The first city we're going to be in is Atlanta, Miami, Chicago, Charlotte, and guess what? California.
Cali. Going back to Cali.
Yes.
Well, Walt Whitman had a great quote. He says, if you're always facing the sun, the shadow will always be behind you. And I think that's a beautiful segue to her book and looking at the power of her ideas in her book. And today we just wanted to share these ideas. Follow us here on these meetings on Twitter, on Instagram, here on Periscope, on Meerkat. Hopefully we'll get her on Meerkat, which I'm sure she will be soon, because it's all about ideas and making us come together. And what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is simply this. Don't give up. Why? Because somebody might be depending on you to make it through. Do not give up. Somebody might be depending on you to make it through. You guys hear me? If I can overcome life's most difficult barriers, you can overcome life's most difficult barriers. Nothing's impossible. I mean, that's why we're at the Innovation Center, and we're looking at all these different ideas and possibilities. My mind is lit up. I'm excited.
And the only thing we can't stop and control is death. Once we're dead, that's it. But any other issue facing our life, we can overcome that. And whatever our transition is, whatever your belief system is, I mean, you transition to something, but this form right now, this moment, you can overcome anything else. And that's what we really want to emphasize, is that you can start becoming the person you want to become right now. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or ideas, feel free to reach out to us at ABC Vision and D. Lee Inspires. And we're here to share ideas, to help, to make sure that we can make a difference. Thank you, Rhea. Thank you for watching. I know you guys got busy days. For those who are on the web that can't interact with us, we appreciate those that are watching the replay. We appreciate. Swipe to the right. Share with your Twitters. Kisses with everybody. Because, how do you fall in love? You give love away.
Yes.
How do you find friendship? You give friendship away. And that really is the synergy that we want to create here in this medium. Because in this thing, the power is that we're creating our community. We're creating our peeps. You're my peeps. And now I have my peep here in real life, IRL. My peep right here next to me. I can touch her and I can see her. We can engage and hear what you have to say, and then we can become the go-to person. And you're the go-to person. So as Dr. Barbara says, and how I like to end my scopes, we love you.
We love you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
And we thank God for you.
And we thank God for you. Love you.
God bless.
See ya.
See you later. Bye-bye.